Hello folks, this is MLS Matchday 10 prediction video. Let's get to it. We began with Cincinnati taking on Kansas City at 2:30 p.m. Eastern game. Cincinnati coming off a big performance-wise, red hot. They're on a fire streak, on fire. In second place in the Eastern Conference. They're going to take on Kansas City, a team that just won 3-5 against San Jose with a huge win. I'm sorry, Kansas City. I don't think you're going to get that same performance. Cincinnati wins it 2-0. Toronto taking on New York City Football Club at 2:30 p.m. Toronto getting both teams are going to have a little confidence this week. Toronto getting their first win. I'm assuming, if I'm right. If wrong, yeah, things are not going well. But it is how it is. But they're going to take on New York. And New York has been a little quiet over there. I'm going to take New York winning it 2-0. Philadelphia taking on DC United at 4:30 p.m. Eastern game. Philadelphia getting a huge 3-0 win against Atlanta. While for DC, they are coming off an impressive win against New York Red Bulls. Fun game, but I think Philly wins it 3-0. New York Red Bulls taking on Montreal at 4:30 p.m. Eastern game. New York Red Bulls, what's going on after losing to DC United? It's not going to happen again against Montreal, who they're still winless again. I got New York Red Bulls winning it 3-0. This should be a fun one. Orlando taking on Atlanta at 7:15 p.m. Eastern game. This is going to be a fun game because, one, this is the rematch of the Elite Eight of the playoffs. Of course, Orlando and Atlanta. One of these two is going to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals, and Orlando gets it through. But things have been a little changed. Both teams are in a rocky road, of course. Atlanta coming off a tough loss to Philly, of course. Orlando's trying to get back to their groove. I'm going to take Atlanta. They cannot afford to lose this game. I'm going with Atlanta winning it 2-1. Charlotte FC taking on New England at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. Charlotte is undefeated at home. Will they keep it up against New England, who are on a two-game winning streak? Not happening. Charlotte wins it 3-1. Columbus take on San Jose at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. San Jose just come off a tough loss to Kansas City, 3-5. Meanwhile, for Columbus, they're coming off a game that maybe they should have earned a point. Unfortunately, they get their first loss in the season. How do they respond after that game? Because San Jose is going to be very fast with their new strikers. I'm going to go Columbus winning a 2-1 win against San Jose. San Diego taking on Real Salt Lake at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. San Diego coming back for their first ever back-to-back losses. Of course, losing to Charlotte FC on the road. They're going to take on Real Salt Lake, who are trying to get through top 10 at least for the moment. I'm going to go with a draw. 2-2 draw. Nashville taking on Chicago at 8:30 p.m. Eastern game. Nashville, they're trying to climb up in the standings now. They're going to take on Chicago, who are coming off a draw, of course, or a loss to Cincinnati in a classic game. This is going to be a very fun one, and I'm going to take a draw, 1-1 draw. It's a battle in Texas. Houston taking on Austin FC at 7:30 p.m. Eastern game. This is another rivalry. This is a rivalry in Texas, of course. Austin getting a huge 1-0 win against LA Galaxy. Houston is trying to get back on track. I'm going to say this. I'm going to go Austin wins it 2-0. Colorado taking on Seattle at 9:30 p.m. Eastern game. Both teams meeting each other in the Western Conference in the Western Conference, you could say. Two really good teams trying to get at least some performance wise. I'm gonna go Seattle winning it 2-0. Transaction to Sunday. Minnesota taking on Vancouver at 3 p.m. Eastern game. The top two teams in the Western Conference are going to go head to head. Fun one. I'm going to take a draw. 1-1. Miami, the unbeaten Miami team, taking on Dallas at 5 p.m. Miami coming off a huge and needed win against Columbus. They're going to take on Dallas, who are on a rocky road, losing to Seattle. This game is a trap game because, listen, Dallas will find a way to put a point here. I'm going to go with a draw, 1-1. Sunday soccer night presented by Apple TV. LAFC taking on St. Louis at 7 p.m. Eastern game. And this is huge for St. Louis because they're on a losing streak. If you count the draws, winless, of course. But they're going to play a LAFC team that is strong, and they're trying to get through, trying to climb up to the standings. I'm going to go with LAFC 3-1 against St. Louis. LA Galaxy take on Portland at 9 p.m. Eastern game. The Galaxy, no wins. And they take on Portland, who just came in a 3-3 draw to LAFC. I'm going to go Portland winning it 2-0. All I can say to that is good luck. If you have not seen my other videos, go check it out again in my channel below. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell for more sports news. Also, if you want to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, go ahead and look it down in the description below. We'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.